Good morning, Europe. Good evening, Australia. And good morning to US. I'm Cyrille Hurstel, and I really like to teach about cash flow, but not the one from Robert Kiyosaki, my version. And if you get it, you're gonna change mindset on the mindset of people you're talking to. But if you miss it, you'll be stuck in the merry-go-round of dealing and selling your time without leverage. Because most people in the world we live in, when we are talking with them, they always complain, or most of them complain about lack of time, lack of money, and lack of a lot of things which are consequences. Let me explain why this happens. Most people you find are employees. And employees, they've got this characteristic that you pay them. I'm used to use euros, but you might say dollars are better. You pay them on their work. That's an employee. An employee is like an entrepreneur who's got only one product, his time. But is that true? Not really. Employees sell their time because they want to have the certitude, they want to be sure to be paid, and they sell it to somebody else. They sell it to people who are on this side of the cash flow. These people here are businessmen, and businessman buys the time of the employee. This means that employees are always underpaid, because if you buy somebody's time, you want to sell it again to the market and make a profit. In this sense, here you've got leverage. Businessmen have leverage. They've got leverage because the more employees you get, the more leverage the more profit you make. But are employees only selling time? That's my question. In fact, employees are selling risk. They sell risk because they sell the risk that they don't show up. They don't deliver to the price they asked, or they deliver at a price which the market doesn't accept, which means that the businessman is taking the risk from the employee. That's why this is for me paramount. You understand that an employee, you pay it, it works. And this is leverage for somebody who's at the top of the pyramid, because you've got the chairman, the vice president, directors, sub-directors, middle management. Sometimes there's not enough people who really actually deliver work to the market. Let's say they're here, or subcontractors. All these people, they are leverage for those who possess or are leading the companies. But as you're buying risk, they're as well a burden. Here, there can be a burden. There's not enough space. There can be a burden, especially in Europe, because you pay high taxes and salaries. And most people, when you're here, in this pyramid, you realize that if I want more, if I'm an employee and I want more, let's say I'm here, I'm a director here, and I want to be a much bigger director. Here, there's not so many places, and there's only one at the top. Do you really think you can get the place at the top? Not obviously. So most people, when they realize that they could do something, they must do something, just think, well, let's create my own job. I create my job. But most people are thinking they're doing that. And in fact, they're going this way. They're going in this direction, and they're becoming a specialist or a self-employed. They're mistaking in direction because you get a job. And when you get a job as a self-employed, it means that you're creating your own job, and now you work, and eventually your customer will pay you. But afterwards, They will pay you dollars for your work. And I know very well this situation because my father was self-employed during my whole life. And I remember sometimes we had customers and they were asking for something new furnitures. My father was crafting furnitures. And we had very good customers who were always asking for new furnitures, but very bad when it came to paying. Say, why don't you do my new one? Say, because you didn't pay the previous one. So they paid the previous and we did the next one. But it means really you're working and you're running after the money. But I've seen my father, he could make it, but there was an economic downturn. It was really hard for him. He didn't have any burden of employees, and that saved him. But when he had a lot of money, he couldn't make more because your time is limited. You can't do more. You've got only 24 hours a day. So that's why self-employed specialists, they're not really businessmen. Is there any hope about that? Yeah. Can you see this area of freedom? I call it the area of freedom. Why? Because here it's a different mindset. This is the place of the investors. And if you get investor mindset, you will understand that investors are ready to invest. But most people don't get what it means. It means that you are ready to work and you're not sure you get paid. So you're ready to work for free. It means you're visiting houses to flip them. You're investing your time in network marketing like I do. I talk to people. I talk to prospects. I don't have a clue whether I will get paid because I don't get paid if there's no product which is sold, consumed. There's no leverage if I can't recruit the person. But I'm ready to work for free because there's a second line. And the second line is if I get people who consume my products, I got a steady state of money because if they like the products, they're gonna use them the next month, on the next month, on the next month, on the next year, and so on. And I get my commission. It means I get paid for a job I've done in the past. You see it? It means I get paid for no work. And that's the difference. That's the difference. Because if you do the mathematics, it's the same. There's no money coming from no work. I'm not telling you that. Money comes from work. But there's two separate lines. They're not linked together anymore. And that's the trick. And that's the change in the mindset. And once you get somebody realize that as long as you're ready to work for free, you can get the second line. But sometimes I meet people and I tell them, why don't you take a bit of your time? Have you ever thought of doing something else? Why don't you take a bit of your time having a look at my opportunity, having a look at that, using this product, and you could promote them. Say, well, but what if I can't make money? Say, yeah, well, be ready to work for free because you don't know. When you're starting to talk to somebody, you don't know whether you've got a product which can help them. You don't know if they will like it. You've got something which can help somebody really change his mindset. As long as you're ready to work for free, you can get the second line. So if you are, please tell Robert Kiyosaki that this guy, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or the Enterprise of 21st Century, tell him that my version is much clearer. Please share this video if it can help somebody. And subscribe to my YouTube channel where I will put some stuff in English as long as you like it. But remember, and that's the conclusion, with the right system, you can make a lot of money as long as you're ready to work for free. Surprising, isn't it? So, have a good night, have a good day. See you. Bye-bye.